If you work in a hospital as a PCT or a nurse, I give you props because what did I just sign up for? No, but seriously, I have to take you on this journey that I am going on right now. I just have to start this off by saying that nothing that I am saying represents the facility that I work in. It is all my own thoughts and all my own opinions, and I do not speak for this facility. If for some reason you snoop and you find out where I'm at. So I started this journey at a comfy, cushy dermatology office, and I was doing cool sculpting. If you guys don't know what that is, you can check out my prior videos on my page. I loved this job. It was the most amazing experience. I loved the company. I loved the people I work with, and I loved my job. This is actually the job that put me on the nursing path, that made me discover that I want to go and do injecting and Botox and filler and all of that. And I figured out that I can go to nursing school in order to do it. And that was the start of everything. I even decided because of this job to go all the way up to doctor in nursing practice. And I am super excited to get there one day. But oh my God, the process right now. I was advised to go and get experience as a PCT or something like that in a hospital. And getting my foot in the door early meant that I would most likely get put in a nursing position quite easily because everyone, kind of likes to hire internally. They know what they're getting. So it sounded like a great idea. I was like, oh, I should do that? Yeah, okay. Then let me go and try to, get a job. So I applied to 7 different positions in this hospital. I had recommendation letters, and I finally got the job as a PCT. Now, mind you, I started this journey for aesthetics. I am probably going to do a psychiatric NP, and that'll be before DNP, and I'm probably going to split my time between both. But the priority going into this whole journey was to start in aesthetics to begin with. But a lot of those entry-level jobs, even in aesthetics, they want you to get experience as a nurse in a hospital. And I understand, and I kind of don't understand, but it is what it is. So I get my foot in the door as a PCT. And on this interview, to back up a little bit, I had no idea what unit I was, interviewing for. Because I put in, like I said, 7 applications. It was any department that was on there pretty much, except for one I applied to. Turns out that the one that I did not apply to was the one that hired me. And I had some reservations about this unit. I had a lot of family members who had passed away from cancer, and this unit is oncology. So it's a very heavy unit emotionally for me, specifically because of my experience with my family members. But a little foresight for you, I had no idea how insane this unit was going to be overall. So I show up for my first day to shadow, and it kind of almost scared me out of the job, right away. Probably the first 20 minutes of being there, my preceptor turns around and she's like, oh, that person's gonna pass away in about 20 minutes. And I was like, what? Excuse me? What are you talking about? How do you know that? Yeah, the breathing, the way they breathe, you can kind of tell, you're gonna get an eye for it eventually. Yeah, they're gonna probably pass in about 20 minutes. They passed away in 20 minutes on the dot. I was like, what? So I'm panicking, I'm terrified, and 20 minutes into my job, my new position, I have to prepare this person for their next part in their journey. And I'm getting chills right now as I speak about it. That was really rough. That was really rough for me. And I didn't know that we did things like that as a PCT. I don't really know what I thought you did as a PCT, to be honest, because they didn't really explain the role exactly, if that makes any sense. But I didn't really know what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting that, especially on my first day. And then the next room we go into after, that, my preceptor hands me this garment, this yellow, what do you call it? Like almost like a gown, a protective gown, PPE. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the lingo in the hospital. I have no prior experience, and that's important for later. And she's like, put this on, mask up, glove up. We're gonna go clean some C. diff. And I'm like, C. diff? What's that? Why are we putting on gowns and protective equipment like this? What are we walking into? And she's like, you're about to find out. For those of you who know what it is, I am so sorry that you know what it is. For those of you who don't, it's like a stomach virus on steroids, and what comes out the other end is not natural, and it's black, and it's a smell that you'll probably never forget. And we were in there for 2 hours. It was lots of fun. The patient couldn't move on their own, so we had to roll them either which way and clean up and clean the sheets, because in the hospital setting, especially in our facility, I think it might be most of the facilities, honestly, but they don't allow adult diapers. You have a chuck pad underneath them, and that's it. So when they gotta go, they go on the chuck pad. And if you've seen a chuck pad, it's not super wide or big, and when you have something like C. diff, it is everywhere. It's a big mess to clean up. So that was my second experience on my first day of shadowing, and I'm having a panic attack. Like, I can't breathe. I'm like, what am I doing? What did I just sign up for? Like, did I make a mistake? I left my cushy derm job, freezing fat that I had so much fun with, for whatever this is. And the day itself was so hectic. We had a lot of heavy cases. So it was insane for it to be my first day. I mean, I was shadowing, but they let me do, vitals, and I didn't know how to do vitals. I didn't know how to do anything. I have never had experience, to circle back. I've never had experience. And I felt like I was missing not just a chapter, I was missing a whole book. I skipped book 1 and went to book 2. And I was like, I don't understand. And my preceptor is, she's stressed because of the crazy hectic day. She's stressed because she doesn't understand why I don't understand what's going on. And eventually, when we had literally a minute to kind of sit down and talk, I explained to her that I felt like I was missing a whole book because I didn't know anything. And it was like I was expected to know things, and I didn't. And she was like, whoa, okay, that changes everything. I had no idea that you didn't have experience. They hired you as a PCT, right? And I'm like, yeah, of course they did. That's why I'm here. Oh, what do you mean? And she's like, you didn't go through the apprenticeship program? And I'm like, well, that's what I applied for, the apprenticeship program. But I had just finished my certified home health aide course that's required for my nursing program at my school. I had finished it that day that I got hired. So when the talent manager reached back out to me, she was like, oh, you have a certified home health aide certificate. Let me just hire you as a PCT in the system and not as an apprentice. I'm sorry to do this to you, but go to part 2.